No, not this again.
God. Oh, man.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. We're going to start in a second because we're actually on time.
Isn't that just...
So when we're on time, it means something's going to go wrong. I'm making sure that's enough of that ruckus.
I'm trying to do it before we start recording.
Uncle Ruckus. Hmm?
From the Boondocks?
This guy knows. That ruckus. Just making sure. All right, let's. Yeah, it's time. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 659, the Bunnelby Podcast.
So we are recording this podcast the day before Easter.
And it's a Bunnelby.
Come on, Brian, tell us about Bumblebee.
It's a Bunnelby. Bunnelby is a small gray rabbit-like Pokemon.
Bunnelby, the Pokemon for the day. I guess not.
That's
Never
all I
mind.
have, folks. Rabbit-like Pokemon has large gray-brown tipped ears with pinkish fur on the inside. It has a large gray head and large eyes with white sclera and pink pupils. No, black pupils. It has a small pink nose and gray fur that sticks out on the cheeks.
I know. Thanks, Mom.
Along with large white teeth, its neck is surrounded by brown fur. It has a gray body with a gray tail and small brown spots on its hind legs. Its front paws are completely gray, while its hind paws are gray with brown toes. Bunnelby's ears are strong enough to shovel dirt and chop tree roots. It tends to be nocturnal, which reminds me, there was a rabid raccoon shot here in town the other day.
Where at?
Just down the street.
Who shot it?
The police.
Oh, is that why we saw the police coming in the other day?
Could have been.
What, like a podunk town? The police were in town to shoot a raccoon.
Well, I don't know if that's why they
Well, the
were
raccoon
here.
was dealing drugs.
Now you know. It's number 659. It's a normal type Pokemon, just as likely to find males as you are females. They're a foot tall and they weigh a meager 11 pounds.
Thanks, Mom Brain. That was great.
My
I
pleasure.
like that one.
Happy day before Easter, everybody that celebrates Easter. Happy Saturday, everybody.
Yeah, Saturday.
Everybody that celebrates Saturdays.
I celebrate Saturdays.
Hello, Link Triforce and Dew and Flood and Digital 8 and Cedar and Chemical. And Fanders and Yellow Wolf and Agent Iron Cat and Mark D. Payne and Coop Wii U or Co-op Wii U and Turquoise Gold Scraper and Roth and Caramel Kitte and ZX Billy and Mega Travis and Cowboy and whoever else, Eddie, and whoever else I didn't see. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, remember, if Mark D. Payne asks you a question, be sure to answer immediately.
Yeah, right. Or block right away. So yeah, there's a couple things I want to talk about first. Number one, I want to give a special thank you to Colonel or Crazy Colonel on Twitter. That is, let me spell it for you: KrazyKernel on Twitter. They
I know
have
it's not Cornell.
Crazy Colonel. They've taken on, hello, hey Duda. They've taken on podcast curation duties, and they have been doing some amazing doodles to go along with those duties. And last week we used one of their pictures of the beautiful Beth from that, whatever it's called. I can't think of it.
The Colonel's rendition
What's
is
that called?
way
I
better.
can't think of the name of it.
Nintendo
What is
Direct.
what called?
No. Like patent filing. The patent filing. So there's his drawing of Beth. Beautiful. Beth the Space Cat.
His version is way better than the original.
Yes. So thank you to him for all his work with the podcast.
We know the
and
Colonel is a he.
and the beautiful art. Well, I'm pretty sure, yeah. I guess I'm not. I mean, after seeing that movie last night, I guess I can't be 100% sure, can I? So thank you to Crazy. I appreciate it. Your artwork is fantastic.
What movie?
Mom Brain has been dying to see Ready Player One, so me, her, and Dorothy went to go. Oh, I'm sorry. What's her name? Droth went to go see it. let's talk about that.
So I read the book.
Was it okay? No? All right.
It was not.
All right, so I did not read the book. Mom Brain did read the book. Mom Brain gave it a 4 out of 10, correct?
The movie.
The movie. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm easy to please. I did not like this movie. I did not hate it, but I would not watch it again. And I would not tell people that I would not recommend it to people.
Okay.
Is the cat like trapped somewhere?
Mm.
There's 2 major action scenes in the movie, and I like them just because they're fun to watch. But the movie's 2 hours, and those action scenes together, I feel, are probably like 20 minutes or something like that, maybe.
Okay.
The movie really dragged for me. I felt it was just.
Is there like a lot of exposition, a lot of dialogue?
There is. It's weird. It's just I felt like it was like boring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said that it felt like really flat and shallow. Because not that the book was filled with like deep meaning or anything, but like, I mean, you were engrossed, or at least I was engrossed in the story and the world, and like,
Hi, Rocket.
I cared what happened to the characters. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when they made, now I know nostalgia is part of the book in a big way, but I feel like with the movie they were just like, let's go out of our way to make nostalgia the movie and just throw all this crap in there.
Yeah, it was. They could have done a lot better. And if you read the book and you're planning on seeing the movie, do not expect the movie to relate too closely to the book. Like, it's really, like, I thought it was very way off base, and I can't really see any good reason why. Like, there was some really cool stuff that was just completely left out. They completely like revised the story. I don't know. I felt like this was like I don't know, like someone else's version of the book.
Eddie, you're right. I do like a lot of things. Eddie said, I lost it. He says, wow, that's big coming from RC. He likes almost everything. I do like a lot of things, yeah, and I just, it didn't do it for me. And it's funny because I've been on such a streak of like stuff that I really liked as far as movies and TV shows, and that really ruined my streak. I will say the action scenes were fantastic. Like, they were a lot of fun to watch, and I didn't think the action was so crazy that you couldn't see what was going on. Like, you know, any Transformers movie, you could see what was going on here, and it was entertaining. And I will say that the lip syncing for the characters, the computer generated characters, was probably the best I've ever seen in a movie. Like, they did a really good job of the facial motion capture for the dialogue and stuff like that. Hello, the Name Key and Clown. Hello, the Game Boy. So the movie's not without its praise. You can see little glimmers of like the Spielberg charm in there, but that's not enough to get me through a movie. Like, Spielberg's charming stuff worked because the rest of the movie around it was also enjoyable. This stuff, I don't know. Yeah, I feel odd saying I don't like it because, well, I'm always honest with how I feel about stuff, but I just feel odd because it's like, you know, a big budget movie that centers on like video games and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, didn't like it. But I guess that goes with the trend of not liking video game movies. I didn't see Tomb Raider though.
Even the stuff that was like supposed to be like funny was just like, ugh, like forced. Like, it made me cringe when people laughed. I was like, no, this isn't funny. And
that one character's voice drove me nuts the whole movie.
H.
The one that talks like this.
Oh yeah, H.
The one who talks like Ray Romano.
It's like Ray Romano with like a really bad milk bubble and like pitched down. It's kind of like Lotion in a Basket, but not as scary.
So what would you give it a number score?
Yeah, I'll give it a number score. Out of 10, I think I'd go 4 with her. The highest I'd go is a 5, but What's a 5? It's a movie. I think that's what I'd say about it. Ready Player One, my review. It's a movie. But
I mean, we had popcorn
hi, Rachel.
and candy.
Popcorn, 10 out of 10. And the candy that Mom Brain smuggled in, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So that was good.
And the
What kind of
company
candy
was
was it?
good.
She just brought like the Starburst and all the stuff we have
Oh,
here
okay.
with us.
In Ziploc bags.
And there were like, no exaggeration, 6 people at the movie, maybe.
Oh, jeez.
Including us.
On a Friday?
Friday night. 1,
And that was
2,
opening night.
3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so 6 and then not including us. So 9. There were 9 people. But yeah, it were on a Friday night. Hello, murky water. So yeah.
And like a holiday weekend too. Like
Yeah,
most people
right.
had off yesterday. Well, maybe they.
Well, I feel like
off.
our neck of the woods isn't indicative of what the general public is doing, because like you go on a Star Wars opening night and there are people there, but there's still room in the theater without a doubt. So
Well, people don't really go to that theater anymore because it's like, people might consider it like dated.
I don't know why people don't go there, because you don't even have to pay for a movie ticket to get in.
Yeah, I'm so mad. I fandangoed tickets, so like $40 for our tickets, and there was nobody. We just walked right in.
No one there
was
to
taking
take
tickets.
Oh.
tickets. Nothing there to
I-
scan tickets.
I thought you were going to say that they told you that they didn't have a record of you purchasing the tickets or something.
No, just no.
But there
I
was
saw
nobody working there?
No.
No.
The only people working there were behind the concession stand, and that was it. I never saw anyone getting tickets for anything.
Nope.
Everybody walked up to like the ticket stand where you get them told, do I just go? And people just walked by because there's no sign that said go on ahead. It was just whatever. So next time.
Yeah, right?
So yeah, that's my review of that. But I think no, I'm gonna stay with what I said. I don't like it, but I have been watching so many things lately that I really do like. I think that may have like magnified the things I didn't like about this movie.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's true, because you haven't.
Well,
watching
I
stuff.
was just I had a lot of like high hopes for because I look, it's not like one of my favorite books of all time, but I really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
I had a nice time.
I want to see what
reading it.
Nikki Hill thinks, because he read the book. So
He'll
Oh, yeah,
probably
that's right.
hate it.
he'll have some sort of weird complaint, like he always does, like the water doesn't look realistic or something. But yeah, I've been watching stuff like I finally watched Stranger Things season 2, which I hadn't watched.
Yeah, I still have to finish that.
And I loved it. I was like, wow, I like this better than the first season. I really, really enjoyed it. And I thought Millie Bobby Brown, above everybody else, everybody does a fantastic job in the show, but Millie Bobby Brown did a really, really good job. I thought she had some really well acted moments. Hello, Swedish Galaxy. So I watched that, and just last night I finished up Requiem, which is on Netflix. It's a British show. It's about this lady who plays the cello, and she's getting kind of famous, and her mom is coming to see her at this one performance, and her mom shows up and is like, I'm sorry, and like slits her throat. The mom slits her own throat,
Wow.
kills herself, and the lady's like, what's going on? And she goes like to the mom's apartment to see, what was going on there, and she finds some stuff that leads her on down a rabbit hole. It's a psychological horror movie, or not movie, show, miniseries, whatever you want to call it. But it was excellent, really, really good. It was a little bit of a slow burn with the first episode, but I had read that. I read that it's a little bit slow going in the first episode, but then it'll sink its hooks into you. And it did. And I really, really, really like that. And then in true raw meat cowboy fashion, I was like, well, I have to watch something that people are going to harass me about watching. So I watched a couple episodes of that. Oh, what's it called? Alexa and Katie, or Katie and Alexa, because I've been reading a lot about it. It's a new Netflix show about these 2 girls that are going to high school. But one of them has cancer, and it's about her like going through having cancer. Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I should say, it's like
Is it a comedy?
yeah, it's like a Disney Channel show or something like that. It's that style show.
About a kid with cancer?
Yeah, really. Get this, it's super funny. Yeah, you know, it looks and feels just like something you'd see. Like it feels like Girl Meets World. That's what it feels like, except it has the serious backdrop
Except it has cancer.
this girl has cancer. Yeah,
This young girl with her whole life ahead of her.
Girl Meets Cancer.
you know, I keep on top of what comes out on Netflix, and I'm reading reviews and stuff, and everybody's like, you know, this show isn't made for critics, but for people that don't mind, like, you know, stupid humor with like sentimental moments that you'll enjoy it. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot.
Girl Meets Cancer.
I love the new Netflix show, Girl Meets Cancer. See, it's okay because they joke about cancer in the show. So.
Oh, okay.
And I guess like
I don't feel too bad.
If you think about it, like that
cancer is funny.
That might be nice for like
yeah.
young people who have cancer to like have them be represented.
And for people that are around our age, if you're looking for a reason to watch, I had a nice surprise because one of the girls' mothers, who is a main character, is played by Tiffany Amber Thiessen, who I believe just goes by Tiffany Thiessen now. But she looks great. I think she's like 44 or 45. She looks really good. I always had like a big crush on her.
You know why?
Why?
Because she looks a little bit like a chipmunk.
Does she look like a chipmunk? What do you mean? How? Because of her cheeks? She's an attractive woman.
I'm not saying.
Would you say Kelly Kapowski is an attractive woman?
Sure.
There you go.
I'm not saying she isn't.
I never noticed the chipmunk.
Yeah, I don't either.
She's got that like full.
Yeah, she like stores seeds in her mouth.
Right.
It's a big part of her character on Saved by the Bell. All right, let's do some Nintendo news. That's enough of this stupid stuff. Oh, yeah. All right, let's do some Nintendo news. Before we get to the top stories, let's talk about something that happened today. The Chicken Wiggle Workshop Kickstarter got funded. Yay! It hit its $30,000 goal. It has 4 days left on the Kickstarter, so there's still plenty of time to aim for some stretch goals if you're interested in that. But yes, the game is officially coming to the Switch, so that's fantastic news.
Congratulations, Jules.
Yes, I sent him a text congratulating him earlier today. I'm sure he's, well, he got back to me, but I'm sure he's having a wonderful weekend now celebrating. I can't imagine the stress of doing a Kickstarter to try and fund a project and, like, you know, seeing it get close and is it going to make it? And, you know, because if it doesn't succeed, then that's a whole, like, that's months worth of work that you're just not going to do. And you have to reassess what you're doing moving forward. So I'm sure it's a very scary thing. But thankfully, this ended in success. So he doesn't have to worry about that. So now we know the game's coming over. And like he said, it's going to have the visual makeover, but you can still play in the pixelated version if you want. And all the level creation and ability to play those created levels online as well. You can go on, just like Super Mario Maker. But one of the cool stretch goals that's included, or one of the cool stretch goals that you could aim for right now is Grant Kirkhope doing some new music for the game. So that would be a really cool one to see happen. But long story short, it's a success. So I'm very happy for him. He definitely deserves it. So thanks to all of you who actually paid attention when I talked about that stuff and didn't zone out and kick some cash in or spread the word to other people. Doesn't matter. But the job is done. So congratulations to Jules. All right, now let's do some regular top stories. Square Enix, who has a sub-brand called Square Enix Collective, they have another project lined up for the Switch, but they don't say what it is. So Square Enix Collective is behind titles like Fear Effect, the Fear Effect Sedna, and the Fear Effect whatever, you know, the remake of the original that's coming out on Switch. So there's some idea of what they have done. But Phil Elliott, creator and project lead on Square Enix Collective, says, at the moment we're looking at the potential for taking one or two of the games we released previously and actually bringing them to the Switch. It's just a case of talking to the developers and finding out what they want to do. Not everybody wants to put the time in on that. There are a lot of cases where they've moved on to the next projects and so on. So I think for the games that we're releasing next, there are no new plans for Switch games, but what I can say is that I'd expect certainly one of the games released in 2017 to appear on Switch before the end of the year for sure, and possibly more. So we have to look at their back catalog of games to find out what could possibly be coming to the Switch as well. And like he said here, something from 2017. So that should narrow it down. But we have no official word on what it's going to be. First comment comes from, oh boy, how do I say this?
Shillelagh.
Azor Sioropa says, more ports, sighing. No new third party fully. No more third partying ports, please. Okay. Well, did you buy Fear Effect Sedna? Because that's new. The Square Enix Collective put out something new on the Switch. I don't think you bought it though.
How do you know?
I got a feeling. Usually if you complain about something, it means I shouldn't say anything.
Right.
Maybe they did buy it. You get back to me and let me know. Are we doing this?
He's doing this crap.
I'll talk about one part of this. The Splatoon 2 producer, Mr. Hisashi Nogami, talked about a whole bunch of things with Splatoon and Splatoon 2. But specifically, he talked about something that a lot of people have been drawing attention to. So in the debut trailer for Splatoon 2's Octo expansion DLC, we see Callie and Marie hanging out on this subway car, but they're dressed in certain ways. And some people have said, oh my goodness, are Callie and Marie paying tribute to Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur based on what they're wearing? And people have done comparison pictures to show that, yes, it certainly seems like Nintendo was making references to them in this upcoming DLC. So here's Nintendo's official statement on that. Giving you a straightforward answer about that might steal some of the fun out of it, so I'll keep it a bit of a mystery. But I will say that as I've spoken about the importance of music to us, we're definitely aware of that history of music videos in America. And music video culture is something we kept in mind while making this expansion. We have members on our dev team who are fans of hip-hop music and hip-hop culture, and it's people like that who feel that just like our real world we're living in, we can bring a variety of elements into the world of Splatoon and show people that it's not just a one-note type of world, and that they'll be able to believe more in the reality of the Splatoon world and give it more depth. So long story short, yes, it's true. They were directly referencing those two deceased rappers, but obviously they're not going to.
Well, that's cool.
Use their names or anything. Well, music, like you said, is a very huge part of Splatoon. Like, music isn't just, it's not, you don't just hear the music in Splatoon and that's that. Like, music is a part of the culture and the universe in Splatoon, like Callie and Marie and Off the Hook and stuff like that. And earlier today was the European Splatoon Championships, and they had a 30-minute concert there like they do in Japan. So this, as far as I know, this is the first time outside of Japan where they did it. So they had the holographic Callie and Marie and the holographic Pearl and Marina doing their performances. And they had a crowd there dancing along to the music and everything. It was cool to see. Steel Diver says, why will no one address how overly sexualized the new DLC looks? You'd think Nintendo would pay their characters enough to afford clothing that fits. Will not be letting my kids bring it to church anymore. Good riddance, Nintendo. Great comment, Steel Diver. He's joking, everybody. What is this? Okay. This is about ARMS. Mr. Kosuke Yabuki. Somebody told me how to pronounce this. Kosuke is the right way. I know that, but Yabuki talked about all things ARMS, the creation of ARMS, who the toughest character to create was. And he says the one he was worried the most about was Twintel, because he's like, she punches with her hair. It's weird. We didn't know if people would like it, but people ended up liking Twintel the most.
People like the weird one? Oh my God.
But he is asked about the potential for an ARMS character appearing in the next Smash Brothers. And he says, I think the correct reaction is to say, I can't answer. Another thing I'd say is that ARMS is so young. It's only a year old. That may be too early to think about that. But I think it's absolutely fantastic that there are people out there talking about ARMS characters in that way. So he's saying there's only one ARMS game. It's only been out for a year. Is it the right time to put ARMS in Smash Brothers? I don't know. But then he's like, also officially I can't talk about it. So
only one
maybe, like I said,
but I've got two arms.
Maybe like a support character. items from from ARMS and Smash Brothers would make perfect sense. You know, a couple arms drop in and you pick them up, and any character can punch all the way across the stage or something like that.
Can you all just remember that you can't hug your kids with nuclear arms?
I mean, you can.
Nice.
Just got to be really careful.
Goodbye, guys.
Thanks for coming, Mom Brain. It was good seeing you. So yeah, we don't know what's gonna. What are you doing? We don't know what's gonna happen there. Obviously, there's a lot more characters to reveal for the new Smash Brothers. Maybe we'll find out something at E3. Virtual Faye says, I'm surprised if an ARMS character doesn't show up in Smash Brothers. Seems like a sure thing. Well, I'll hold you to that, Virtual Faye. I don't know. I'm not sure that there's going to be a playable character. I think an assist character might be more likely, but I have been wrong many times, so I guess we'll find out together. I don't think that I would be fine with an ARMS character being a Smash Brothers. I think it does make sense, but I don't know. But the way they're talking. Splatoon 2's producer talked about a whole bunch of stuff with the Octo expansion. So I'll give you those details. He says that the dev team used to purchase slime in order to play with it and get an idea for the sounds needed in a game like Splatoon. So Nintendo obviously is having a lot of fun just like playing with toys and throwing slime at each other. And they're like, hey, let's turn this into a game.
It sounds fun.
The team finds that when creating fun and charming characters, it can be important to have creepy and disgusting elements too, because they note that there are some gross elements too. The Splatoon characters, especially when you're in mid-transformation from kid to squid. And I have some artwork showing that off. The Octo expansion will have over 80 stages, each with varying length and mission objectives. Some stages will require you to get from the start to the finish, so standard for single-player stage. But others will have you rolling a ball to a certain point, and some others will have you beating all the enemies in a certain amount of time. Some stages will give you a single shot to destroy a specific amount of objectives in order to continue through. So a whole bunch of different things to do in here. Some missions will give you 5 lives. Other missions will give you 1 life. So it all depends on whatever challenge they've set up. So there's no set amount of lives. And you'll have options for weapon choices in some stages as well. And then on top of that, there will be other stages that include use of special weapons. So they're going to change, obviously, this is a very big expansion for them as far as single-player content goes, and they're really going to change things up. It sounds like they're taking like the Super Mario Galaxy approach, where they're just like a whole bunch of fun ideas. Let's lump them together into a package, and we'll call that the game. Hello, Shao Dare. It's okay. It's okay that you're late. What a great name. He spells it SHAO space DAIR. Shao Dare. Autumnal Blake says, the more WarioWare-esque it is, the better. I love that there are so many varied ideas and objectives. Yes, I agree. That's why I love Super Mario Galaxy 2 so much. Are you done now?
What? Yeah. I have to pee.
You could have done that here.
What, in like the...
You got that
litter
jar
box?
right
In the
there.
cat box.
In a cat box, yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes. I see.
Hello, Guy Bones. So there have been Chowder in the chat is saying it's Chowder. The Simpsons fellow Simpsons fan is always welcome on the podcast. There's been some talk for a while now about third-party Switch docks causing bricked Switch systems, and it seems like it's happening a lot with Nyko's offering for their Switch dock, but it's happening with third-party docks in general. Hello, Daniel. It's okay. So, Nintendo was approached about this for comment, and Nintendo gave their typical kind of comment. I'll read it to you. They say, unlicensed products and accessories do not undergo Nintendo's testing and evaluation process. They might not work at all with our game systems, and they could have compatibility problems with certain games, the Switch itself, and other licensed accessories and peripherals. So, Nintendo's basically saying, don't buy third-party, buy our stuff, because we know our stuff works with our system, because we made the system and we made our stuff. So we have a little bit more on the... Let me see. I should probably just skip to it now. Did I make that a top story? Yeah. So no official thing from Nintendo saying, like, we don't know what's up. We're looking into it. They're just saying, don't buy third-party stuff, because you're asking for trouble. So that has led people to try and figure out what's going on their own. And 2 Reddit users, Nathan K and Intoxicus5, have been doing some research, and they think they may have found out what is causing this issue, why systems are getting bricked. They say the USB-C protocols in the Switch do not play nice with third-party products, and the Switch USB Type-C power supply is not USB-PD spec compliant, which is something that I believe most products are. So this means it overdraws some USB-PD power supplies by up to 300%. So obviously that would be causing a huge issue and bricking the system because it's getting flooded with way too much power, which I'm sure Tim Allen would be. Tim Allen? Yeah, that's his name, right? Would be excited about. But not good for your Switch. I didn't want to recommend what they said.
Tim Allen impression?
I got a Charlie horse. That's here's my Tim Allen. These 2 guys recommended one Switch dock that handles things appropriately, but I don't want to recommend it to you because I don't want to have you break your Switch. Now, again, this isn't an official explanation, but it is an explanation. So, like I said, the whole long story short, stay safe and go with a regular dock from Nintendo. And I know that's an issue because Nintendo's dock is so expensive compared to the others. But what's more expensive, an official Switch dock or a bricked Switch? So,
Didn't Lube have a great customer service experience just recently with Nintendo?
Yeah, he was saying he did. Yeah, honestly, he was saying he did.
Yeah.
Because he's got one of his stupid kids broke the snapped like a Splatoon. What's this? Oh no, Mario Kart 8 disc. He snapped it in half.
Ooh.
And now the kid's done it again. And I'm like, well, I don't what the hell's the kid do? You put the game in the system and that's it. But he's like, the kid's an idiot, jumping up and down on his bed while he's playing, and there's other game discs on the bed, so he's getting really into the game that he's playing, and there's just game discs laying on the bed, and he's jumping up and down and landing on them and snapping them. Kids. Vajondani says, I do not think they are genuinely bricking them. As they said, Nintendo only performs tests with official products and accessories. While it is a time and money-saving solution, it gives no guarantees about third-party offerings. There's no company that does tests with every accessory in the market. That's true. Nintendo is only going to test their own products or their officially licensed products, ones that they've actually had a hand in. So stuff with Nyko and all that, or any third party, that's not going to be the case. That's why a lot of third-party controllers are really garbage.
R.I.P. Mad Cats.
Pearl and Marina are the musical duo in Splatoon 2. And they have a whole bunch of conversations in that game. And in some of the conversations, you start to notice that perhaps these 2 are aware that they're in a video game rather than just being part of the Splatoon universe. Are they becoming self-aware? Game Informer asked the producer of Splatoon 2, Hisashi Nogami, about this, and he says, oh, that's a really difficult question. I think that if you play Splatfest, you'll occasionally see them say things that may put their position somewhere in the middle of Splatoon and our world in the references that they're making. They also fulfill this role of discussing what stages are upcoming and the news, but when it comes to Splatfest, we wanted to make the off-the-hook characters something that's a bit closer to reality, as Splatfests are events that expand beyond the boundaries of the game and occasionally tie elements of our world into Splatoon. So it might just be that during those moments of Splatfest, they may have occasionally they may have occasional inkling that they are characters in
Inkling?
some. I know he does it on purpose. Some sort of a virtual space in the world of a video game. Blah 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 blah. So you get the idea. So it's like, oh, I don't know. In Splatfest, they might, yeah, because look at Japan. Japan's latest Splatfest was about Nike shoes, and they don't have Nike shoes. Well, now they do in Splatoon, or at least Nike referenced shoes in Splatoon 2. But yeah, before that, Nike shoes weren't part of Splatoon. So yeah, there's things that happen in the game that tie to our world, and perhaps 2 of the characters, Pearl and Marina, know what's going on. And while I'm talking about Splatoon 2 and Splatfest, there were 2 new Splatfests announced for it, one for Europe, one for North America. Both of them take place next weekend. The North American one is, which do you like better, baseball or soccer? Which I don't give a crap about. I don't want to fight for either of those teams. I want to fight in the European one because the European Splatfest is, which popcorn do you like better, salty or sweet?
Sweet popcorn shouldn't exist.
Well, then you would fight for Team Salty.
That's right.
And I don't. It's a tough one.
You
I
have
decided.
an entire thing of Boy Scout kettle corn popcorn in that cabinet up there.
Do I really?
The microwave popcorn. Yeah, I bought it from Connor.
Oh.
I have to actually put that in the microwave and heat it up for 3 minutes.
That's not good. I go to pick a side and then I'm like, but the other side. What one could I live without?
No.
I don't know. That's a tough question.
What about caramel corn?
Well, yeah, they're saying sweet or salty. And
I just want you to consider caramel corn.
I don't know.
So
See,
Kirby, am I to believe that
I
your
know
position is sweet?
it's tough. Well, I know it's a good Splatfest when I have a real struggle deciding which team I want to be
the
on.
last popcorn that I had was sweet.
Mm.
It was in like some kind of Reese's snack mix.
To tell you the truth, I eat more sweet popcorn than I do salty, like by far.
Okay.
So I guess I'd have to go sweet.
Fine then. Weirdo.
But King Up North says the Splatverse contains the deepest lore. That's true. That's why. Well, there is a lot of lore in Splatoon, but I get your meme reference. I get it.
Are you okay?
I got
That's
something
really annoying. What?
You host the show once, and you think you can just say stuff like that to the original host? How dare you? Hey, Mom Brain, there's a Kickstarter for Super Mario World.
No, but that game already came out.
Yeah, the Owl Wolf says, I'm getting hungry again. I love this podcast. Hello, Rakia. Super Mario World Kickstarter. And you're like, what? Super Mario World Kickstarter? That doesn't make any sense. Well, there's this group of guys, and they're like, hey, remember the footage and screenshots of Super Mario World's prototype? We want to bring that stuff back and make it playable. So we want to make you the original Super Mario World, which has all that prototype stuff in it. And they were like, we totally got the blessing of Nintendo on this. And everyone was like, no, you don't. So they started a Kickstarter and they closed it. And then they started another one saying that they had the blessing of Nintendo. And then they closed that one. I don't understand how they thought they could get away with this, but it's just a whole funny discussion surrounding this because, you know, pretty much anybody that follows Nintendo was like, well, this is obviously fake. But other people were like, no, it's legit. They say they got Nintendo's approval. No, they didn't. So it's over.
I didn't even know about this footage.
Yes, I can show it to you.
Okay.
ZX Billy says salted caramel popcorn. It's the best of both worlds. There you go, Mom Brain. Salty and sweet together at last. Goldike says, I was reading some of the updates on the Kickstarter page. Somebody posted this video pretty much confirming this is a scam. Yeah, I mean, we all figured it was a scam, but it's over and done with now. It's a part of history. We'll see if they try and bring it back again.
Parties responsible have been brought to justice.
That's right. We'll see if they try and do another Kickstarter, but I don't think they're going to do that, at least for this project. So good news and bad news this week from Square Enix. Square Enix said that Dragon Quest XI is coming to North America. Now, in Japan, that game came out for the 3DS and the PS4. And in North America, it's coming out for the PC and the PS4. They're not bringing the 3DS version over. Just not doing it. And they say the Switch version is coming just after 2018. So Nintendo fans are screwed for a while. I mean, we are going to get the game. If you want to play the 3DS version, you're going to have to get the Japanese version. And if you don't want to get it, if you don't have anything but the Switch, then you're going to have to wait until after 2018 to play it. Steven Nintendo says, hey, podcast crew, this is the first time I've managed to listen live. Very exciting. Well, thanks for joining us.
Welcome to the Shovel Show.
Now tell us which popcorn you like, damn it. So Square Enix says, our aim with Dragon Quest XI and the Dragon Quest brand is to grow the audience in the West. From a business point of view, it made strategic sense to release the 3DS version in Japan for 2017. For the West in 2018, it made the most sense to focus on PS4 and PC. We are also developing the Switch version for Europe and North America, but development is expected to take a long time from a technological standpoint as well. So we still have a long way to go until it's released. And like I said, they officially said it won't be out in 2018. So 2019, I'm sure it will be out. We just don't know when. It could be late 2019. I got no idea. So Nintendo fans are going to be waiting a very long time. So you either got to go PC or PS4 if you want to play it this year in English. Certainly disappointing. The 3DS version had the cool option of letting you play, the polygonal design or the old school design where it looked like an old school Dragon Quest game. But no, we're not getting it. So I don't know. It sounds like Switch owners are going to be waiting a long time. Tulin Poika says, not translating the 3DS version is an incredibly dick move, to be perfectly honest. Well, yeah, here's what I think the deal is. Every time a Dragon Quest game comes out on like a Nintendo platform, which has been portable for the last few years, Nintendo's like, hey, Square Enix, we got you. We'll publish this and we'll pay that money. And Square Enix is like, yeah, let's do it. And this time Nintendo isn't going to pay. So Square Enix is like, sorry, we're not doing it. I think that's the whole thing. Nintendo has partnered with them on other games for the Switch and the 3DS that have come stateside, but it looks like Dragon Quest X or Dragon Quest 11 is not going to get that. So
it looks like Nintendo shouldn't have been an Indian giver.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Square Enix was like, you guys just have to pay for everything for us from here on out. If they just said that.
Exactly.
Famitsu, according to their sales figures, have said that the Switch has sold 4 million units in Japan alone. 4 million units in Japan alone. Just to put things into perspective, the Wii managed to sell 4 million units in 54 weeks, and the Switch has managed to sell 4 million units in 56 weeks. So slightly longer, but as you remember, both systems went through periods of little to no stock. And I don't remember what the situation was like in Japan. I know it was hard to get, obviously, the Wii, that is. But I don't remember specifics. Now with the Switch, I remember, because it just happened, there was a really bad problem with Switch stock. They were really hurting, while other parts of the world were also hurting, but not as bad. So the 2-week difference could certainly be made up there. But more importantly, the Switch is doing pretty much as well as the Wii in Japan, and certainly doing, I believe it's ahead of what the Wii was doing at this point in time, and when you take in the worldwide sales, or at least neck and neck. Autumnal Blake says, 3 in 100 residents of Japan own a Switch. Interestingly, it is quite close to pi, with the percentage of people owning one coming in at 3.1496%. There's your not very interesting math thing for today. And I said it was. I said it was interesting. Oh, we missed Pi Day. It's over.
It's okay.
Did Mom Brain? Did you eat pie to celebrate Pi Day?
No, I had sushi.
Hey, a pie! All right, what we got here? I thought you were going to say it.
Sorry.
You say that all the time.
You're right.
What is up with this iPad, man? North America, this week's digital downloads. What did North America get this week? We got Penny Punching Princess. No, I lied. That's out April 3rd, so this coming week. Toki Tori is available on the Switch. It came out yesterday. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 got updated to version 1.3.1, and you can now get some new DLC for it. Fire Emblem Warriors Season Pass DLC content came out as well. You get 3 new playable characters, and they are all, this is called the Awakening DLC packs, because it includes characters like Owen, I don't know, Tharja, the very popular Tharja, and Olivia, and 3 new history maps, new costumes, new armor break models, new support conversations, new weapons, and new weapon attributes. We'll need to talk about that. This iPad is just, look, it's like, oh, see, there it goes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I turned to show you that it's acting up, and it's like, no, everything's good. 10-second run returns has a demo on Switch. Sengoku 3, the Neo Geo game, is on Switch. The Adventures of Bertram Fiddle, Episode 1, A Dreadly Business, is on Switch. Alteric is on Switch, or Alteric. Aitlier, Lydie, and Swilly.
What's happening?
I don't know how to say any of these things. I've written this title so many times, and I have no idea how to say the names. Lydie. Liddy? Just Liddy?
Lydie. Liddy?
Okay, now say this one. Suelle. Swell?
I like it. Like swell.
Aitlier, Liddy, and Swell. Let's say that. The Alchemists and the Mysterious Paintings is on the Switch. Cluster Puck 99 is on the Switch. Finally, a word that makes sense. Degeneration HD is on Switch. Devious Dungeon is on Switch. Farm Expert 2018 is on Switch. Gotcha Racing 2nd is on Switch. Metropolis Lux Obscura comes out April 4th. Shadowbug is on Switch. Spartan comes out tomorrow. Tengai is on Switch. The Charming Empire is on Switch. Zombilly is on Switch. Waku Waku Sweets, Happy Sweets Making is on the 3DS. Witch and Hero 3 is on the 3DS. And the Spellcaster's Assistant is on the Wii U. Hello, Gristlefoot. Good to see you. I nailed that pronunciation. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Liddy and Swell. Send your hate mail to Mombrain. First comment comes from Steel Diver, and he says, I got the collector's edition of Aitlier. It's a good game to play when you just want to relax. It's like the cool wet rag of JRPGs. Mombrain, you should try it out.
I should.
Oh, there you go. Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
I'm doing
you should
music.
try it out.
You didn't do that yet? Oh, I'm sorry. You had to do your nails first.
I started doing them.
Your nails.
Yeah. Look, no color, but I did nip my pinky cuticle pretty good.
Who does their nails and doesn't put a color on them?
I'm gonna.
What color? I can't read this.
Look, read the top.
Oh. Street Flare. That's not purple. Pinkish purple. Lavender.
Blueberry smoothie.
Europe. What did our friends in Europe get? They got a whole bunch of stuff. Outlast 2. Warp Shift. These are all Switch games. Sengoku 3. Adventures of Bertram Fiddle Episode 1. Cluster Puck. Gotcha Racing 2nd. Lode Runner Legacy, which we also got. The Charming Empire. Unholy Heights. Aitlier, Liddy, and Swell. Penny Punching Princess. Arcade Archives Punch Out. Yes, the arcade version of Punch Out. Alteric. Devious Dungeon. Farm Expert 2018. Shadowbug. Tengai. Tokitori. 10-second run returns demo. A Lode Runner Legacy demo. And a Word Search by Paugi demo. There's DLC for Attack on Titan 2. There's DLC for Minecraft. There's the Star Wars sequel skin pack. This includes skins for characters like Rey and Kylo Ren. Never heard of them. There's also the Halo DLC pack for Minecraft. Chess Ultra got the Isle of Lewis chess set. Inspired by the Isle of Lewis chess set. Well, that makes sense. This download pack for Chess Ultra contains an incredibly detailed set of chess pieces made from walrus ivory. Virtual, of course. They want you to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Fire Emblem Warriors got the Awakening DLC. Pick-a-Pick Deluxe got some DLC. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 got the update and the DLC. Pre-orders on some games, which we're not going to talk about. Special offers on a whole bunch of games. 3DS got the Alliance Alive. Waku Waku Sweets, Happy Sweets Making. Let's make lots of sweets at the Yearning Sweets Shop. With easy operation, you can make sweets happily.
I like it.
I've always wanted to make sweets happily. We don't need that. Wii U got the Minecraft DLC as well, and there's no themes here. Mombrain, I'm so sorry. When you hear that there are no Hello Kitty themes, how does it make you feel?
How sad do you get?
Yeah.
I'm beside myself. Beside myself.
What is your favorite thing about Hello Kitty?
Probably the bow.
Well, yeah. It's, I mean, fashion icon, really, for the bow. Shillelagh says, nothing of any real interest for me this weekend.
Excuse me, big news. Hi, are you perhaps interested in owning GoNintendos.com?
GoNintendos.com?
That's correct.
Oh my god, I gotta snatch it up.
You better.
Nothing of any real interest for me this weekend. The game's on sale this week after last week's gargantuan sale, pale by comparison. Thanks to it, I'm playing the likes of Axiom Verge at the moment, which is a terrific game. Yes, it is. Axiom Verge is a fantastic title if you like Metroidvania games. Is GoNintendos.com still available?
I'm not sure. Could have been snatched up.
So there's been this talk about this social media post from Nintendo Italy. They have an account, Nintendo Switch Italy, on Instagram. And they posted up, you know how like Instagram for a while now has been doing the same thing as Snapchat? You have like stories.
Yeah.
So they had a story, and they got a palm tree emoji, and they got a Donkey Kong figure, and he's sitting by 3 bananas. And it has this phrase, obviously not written in English, and the phrase translates to, I got 3 rough translations. Roughly translates to, good things come in threes, there's no 2 without 3, or never 2 without 3. So, as you know, the original Donkey Kong Country franchise had, hello Mitchell, had 3 entries. Now, when we got back to Donkey Kong Country, there's Donkey Kong Country Returns on Wii, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on Wii U, and now coming to Switch. But no 3rd entry in the Return of the Country series. So everybody's trying to decide if this is a sly tease from Nintendo of a 3rd new Donkey Kong Country game. I was discussing this with Andre over at Game Explain, and we're not sure how to feel about it. But it is certainly interesting. We couldn't find any concrete evidence. Internet says, look into your hearts. You know it's true. Also, remake before the sequel is how they did it. So, well, I mean, story checks out there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm down for more Donkey Kong Country, definitely. I just know people will freak out if, like, Retro's doing it because they don't want Retro to do another Donkey Kong. Not that Retro doesn't make good Donkey Kong games. They do. They make excellent ones. But they want Retro to do Metroid and only Metroid and forever Metroid. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe Next Level could do a Donkey Kong Country game. Finally, yeah, like the only thing I ever hear people want from Retro is Metroid, like Metroid all over. All like they said they've done what they wanted to do with Metroid, so I don't know why you would want them to keep doing Metroid. Let them do something different. If they wanted to do another Donkey Kong Country, then go ahead. They've only done 2 of them, and they've both been really, really good. So that's my opinion. That's my opinion. And mine alone. Level 5, who does stuff like Yokai Watch, and they just put out Ni no Kuni 2 on PS4, and I don't know, maybe Xbox. I got no idea. And I do. I actually like Ni no Kuni, but I bought it for PS4. So, and a whole bunch of other things. There's they do Professor Layton and stuff like that. Their CEO Akihiro Hino did an interview with Nikkei, talked about a whole bunch of things, and he had some really good news for Switch fans. He says, basically, in the future, our main titles will all be released on Switch. The idea is that what we created for 3DS will move over to Switch. So they're saying whatever main stuff they got going on is going to see release on Switch. So Inazuma 11 and Professor Layton and Yokai Watch and the Snack World Treasurers, as I'm supposed to say it, I guess.
Treasurers?
Yeah. It's spelled Trejarers. Treasurers.
It's like the worst title I've ever heard in my life.
Tell me about it. That is coming. So the Snack World Treasurers is coming over to Switch, but it's called the Snack World Treasurers Gold. I'm not going to keep saying Treasurers.
Treasurers. Just rolls off the tongue.
Do you think games with really weird titles don't sell physical copies as well because people are afraid to like go up and ask for them?
Well, Ni no Kuni sold really well. What the hell's that mean? Does that mean anything?
It doesn't sound as dumb though.
Treasurers.
Yeah, treasure. Can you imagine saying that to another human being
At GameStop.
with a sense of dignity?
You go to the store to buy it, you get up to the counter, and you're like, never mind. Just like, point to it in a picture of this one.
How many times have I been at the mall and you've been like, would you pick up a game for me? And I'm like, it depends on what it's called.
The only people that have it worse are fans that are buying anime all the time. You can, like, every name is terrible. Trying to think of like the funny names of stuff. Because there have been games with names where I'm like, A, I don't know how to say this, and B, I don't want to say this. Nothing's coming to mind right away, but yes, I have been there. That happens to me a lot when I'm trying to get people to watch an anime. I'm like, there's this anime, and it's blah, 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 blah. And they're like, okay, maybe I'll check it out. What's it called? And I'm like, Doki Doki Bibu Dotbot Porbots.
And they're like, no thanks.
Yeah. I'll never forget when Twilight Princess was announced. Stu Michaels was like, well, not playing that. And I was like, why? And he's like, with that name, forget it. I was like, really? There's so many weirder names, but he did play it, if you want to know. He did play it.
Yeah,
he loved it. Of course, it's Stu Michaels. That's the way it goes.
He's like the world's biggest fan of Ukus.
Shout there says Doki Doki. Doki Doki Beep Boop Fart. I can't even say.
Okay.
Doki Doki Beep Boop Fart Box was surprisingly fun. I thought so too, but nobody played it because of the name.
Doki Doki Beep Boop Dobon Hakaros.
Some real Dobon Hakaros. Oh man, that's good. Woo! Autumnal Blake says, I'd love to have a Fantasy Life sequel and see the Snack World localized. Fantasy Life had great atmosphere but poor game design, so I hope they improve upon that in a sequel. Oh man! Well, there was a sequel, right? A mobile sequel or something like that. So I don't know if you don't count mobile games as mobile games as games or whatever. But I believe there was a sequel.
I don't believe in digital.
Oh man, that's right. Woo, man. That's funny. All right.
Oh, that's funny.
That's your top stories. Oh boy. Kirby, what have you been playing?
Well, in honor of the Wii shop going down this past week, I played a couple of games on the Wii Virtual Console.
Oh, what'd you play?
Well, I played a little Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3. Just for a little bit. And I played Bonk's Revenge. I played like a really, really bad level in Bonk's Revenge. But I got past it. It was a nice level. And then
yes, I remember it.
And then I played with one of my favorite games that I bought through the Wii Virtual Console, Lords of Thunder.
Yeah,
which I know I've mentioned before on the show. It was released for the the TurboGrafx Duo CD system or something originally.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's got like a CD quality soundtrack.
Yes.
But yeah. Anyway, I don't play I wouldn't say I play like a lot of shooters, but for some reason I found Lords of Thunder like really addictive, and I just like over the past couple of years I've played it a lot. I've never beaten it, but this morning I finally was able to get to the very last level.
Oh,
and
boy.
I lasted for like maybe 10 minutes. But yeah, it's a really difficult game. There's no easy level.
Yeah, I remember it being difficult.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever beaten it. I played it in the arcade a couple times, but that was it.
I wouldn't even know there was an arcade version.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a Sega CD version, which is a little easier because I think when you take a hit, you get like a few brief seconds of invincibility, which you don't get in this version. So yeah, it's I'm only playing on normal. There's like normal, hard, and super. It's incredibly hard, but it's also very very stimulating. And it's got a really cheesy soundtrack, which is great.
That's the best. I love cheesy soundtracks.
It's all butt rock.
Oh yeah, Is that it?
Or no, not Butt Rock. Whatever. I'm just gonna call it Butt Rock. That was yeah, I think that was all I played.
Mom Brain.
I continue to play Night in the Woods.
How's that going?
Great. I'm really enjoying it still. Everything that I liked about it before, I like even more now. The friendship aspect of it is lovely. The atmosphere in the game is really cool. I'm still not like 100% sure exactly what's up, but I know something's like up. My character started having like some weird dreams that you live through,
Oh boy.
and that's pretty cool. I'm really enjoying it.
That's good. When did you last play though?
Sunday, maybe?
Gotta get back into it. Don't let it get away from you.
Yeah.
You're gonna forget stuff about the story, and that's kind of important in that game. Is that it?
Yep.
So I didn't play much this week because I was busy. I was watching more stuff because I was on my laptop doing work, so kind of hard to play. But I did play some more. Oh boy, what's it called? Hellblade.
Oh, yeah.
Senua's whatever, which I'm still really enjoying. But I'm really not too much further. So the only other thing.
Open that for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can't get it. I tried. The only other
I
thing.
got it.
Good job. The only other thing I played this week was probably the most innovative and amazing thing I've ever seen in the world.
Oh boy.
It's called, and it's on phones. It's called Toreba Crane Game. So I love like claw machines and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I just found out about Toreba Crane Game. It's an app where you play crane games. But here's the major difference. You are playing real life crane games. So basically you go through the shop and you see what items you want. So you're like, I see this like plush piece of tuna with a face on it. I want to win that. And then you click it and you get connected to a real crane game in Japan. And it has a live stream camera on it. And you control it through your phone. And if you win the prize, they send it to you. It's amazing. That's the future. We are living in the future.
Wow.
So I don't know if it's still going on right now, but when I downloaded it, which was earlier this week, you get 5 free plays. And then I guess you don't get any free plays. So you have to pay real money, which I haven't done yet, but I'm very close to doing because I love crane games. You can do PayPal, so I want to just put in like $10 and play a few. I unfortunately did not win anything with my 5 free plays, but I tried.
Or my 5 free plays.
I tried.
He's like, I need your phone. I need to download this and get 5 free plays.
So I've been playing that and really enjoying it. Like I said, I love crane games, and just the idea blows my mind that I'm controlling a claw machine in Japan from my phone. It's amazing. So it is free to download, but yes, you will only. I think it used to be 1 free play, but they've upped it to a special 5 free plays. But then after that, you got to pay. So I don't know what I'm going to do because I really want to play more, but I don't want to pay. But I think I'm going to end up putting some money into it. So that's all that I played this week, unfortunately.
You didn't play the claw game at the movie theater last night.
No, because we were going to a movie. Let's
Ugh.
do a question.
Yeah, that is painful. Sometimes your voice is painful.
Sometimes your words are painful.
I'm just saying that maybe your voice annoys some people.
Yeah, some of the listeners.
No one has ever said that. Let's do a question. This is from Blake. You can send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Oh.
Ask us about Nintendo. Ask us about video games in general, or ask us about anything you want. We don't care. Blake says, I personally enjoy using games to calm down when I feel bad. Do you play games for reasons other than entertainment? Yes, work all the time. Like I played that Metropolis Lux Obscura. That was not fun, but I played it because that was for work, and I did a review. So, do I play for anything? Nice job. Anything other than work? To relax, like not to relax. No, I just play them for not to calm down, I should say. I just play them for fun.
You play games but for like community too.
Oh yeah, that's true. I play with friends because it's just I love local co-op and oh yeah, I also played I played more of A Way Out with Doom Michaels, so we're making our way through that.
That's the prison escape game?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. We're far away from the prison now. We haven't beat the game yet, but we're very far away
But you
from the
did
prison.
find a way out?
Yes. Found a way out a long time ago, but a way out might not mean a way out of just the prison. Might have more meanings than that. But yeah, just playing games with friends and an excuse to get together. Yeah, that's true too. But yeah, mostly just for fun, not to calm down. Anybody else play games for any other reason?
I don't think I've ever played a game to calm down.
I don't know, maybe when like I can't fall asleep.
Yeah, that's what I was
Which
thinking.
doesn't happen very often, but
That's what we do. All right, so since we have a little more time, I'll do one more question. Hey, whoop. Pratt Trap writes in and says, I was going to say their real name, but then I saw their.
no.
Pratt Trap says, when putting socks and shoes on, what order do you do? Number 1, left sock, left shoe, right sock, right shoe. Number 2, left sock, left shoe, right shoe.
Yes.
Number 3, right sock, left shoe. Number 4, right sock, right shoe, left shoe. Number 5, some other barbaric version. Typing shoe that many times made it look really wrong. Thank you, Pratt Trap. I can answer this question because I do not wear socks.
Left sock, left shoe, right shoe. Actually, now that I'm wearing a
Boot.
well, no.
I think I might do it the same way. I'm not
When I definitely don't put on one sock and then one shoe.
you know, I don't even like pay attention to it if I start left or right.
When since we just went to that wedding last weekend, I did left sock, left shoe, right shoe.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's probably left and then right.
Wonder why that is. Because your right hand is dominant. You're right-handed, right?
Yeah.
And you are.
My dad is left.
Am I?
I think so. Oh. Am I supposed to know that? You're going to be offended if I don't know if you're right or left-handed?
No.
What am I in a relationship with you or something?
We
Yeah,
lived
so
together for
like
the
you
last
put
however
on your
long.
left one first because you're using your right more to target the foot.
We also read left to right.
Okay.
Like most things in our world are left to right.
Not me. I read manga. So
We're still reading the words from left to right.
I know. Yeah, but I don't wear socks. I wear Crocs without socks, so I can't really answer. I'm sorry.
Like all year long.
All year long.
He shoveled the driveway in the last storm we had.
And shorts
In shorts, yes.
at 4 in the morning. So you didn't have to. I lost my toes.
It was like Christmas.
I was like, well, 4 in the morning is a normal time for me, so I'm up. I'm like, I'll do it. And then I went out there, and our neighbor was out there too. I was like, oh, this poor woman.
Oh,
It's
it was
4 in the
so
morning.
dark.
It was dark, yes. And then it was just really warm the next day, and everything melted anyway. It's like a waste
Oh,
of
yeah,
my
that's
time.
right.
Waste of my time. All right, so everybody's on the same page here, Pratt Trap. I'm sorry if you were expecting some other weird answers. Name King Clown says, not only do I not wear socks, I don't wear shoes. What do you wear, Name King? Just sandals, maybe? Sandals for life, he says. Sandals for life, yes.
I mean, I prefer sandals if I can manage them.
I used to wear sandals, but Mom Brain made fun of them, and she's like, you wear stupid sandals. And then I found out about Crocs.
And
And my life
boy,
changed
did I
forever.
regret making fun of your sandals.
I used to wear sandals all the time, and they were the sandals that have
Tevas.
the back on them because I don't like flip flops, but I I like sandals.
I can't wear flip flops anymore because they're not good for your feet.
This is my ultimate goal
Well, you're not
for
supposed to run.
this is my
You're not supposed to wear
ultimate
them at
goal
all.
for GoNintendo in
What?
general. This
Yeah.
is the podcast and the site. I want to get Crocs to sponsor us. Just one podcast or just one episode of the podcast or just one day on the site. I want Crocs to sponsor us. Obviously, because money would be great, but because I love Crocs. I really do. You know who the new spokesperson for Crocs is?
John Cena.
No, the new one.
John Stamos.
No, Drew Barrymore.
What?
Yes.
Does she even wear them?
In the commercial.
It's amazing what people will do for money.
She dances and sings. She's got a whole song about Crocs. And that's what her commercial is. It's like a 1.5-minute song about Crocs.
Jeez.
Like a dance number and everything running
Santa
around.
Clarita Diet's not paying the bills.
Guess
Oh.
not.
I don't think Drew Barrymore's hurting for money. I wouldn't worry about that. Maybe she's just passionate about Crocs.
Not as passionate as you.
I'm gonna. You know what? This is my new mission. I'm gonna reach out to them.
All right.
Good luck.
Do they tweet a lot?
I don't follow on Twitter, but I do like them on Facebook.
Will you tell everybody your Croc fact that you are so proud to share?
Well, that's what I'm gonna tell them. I'll be like, hey, sponsor us. I know we're related to video games, but I talk about Crocs all the time, and I will eat a pair of Crocs on the podcast. Because you can eat Crocs
And not die?
Yeah, it's true.
But how do you fit them into your face?
Oh, you gotta like cut them up. I wouldn't
Oh.
like bite into one and like tear it.
You
I'm not an
Do you have
animal.
to like
You look
boil
at
them
me.
first?
do not use my good knives.
I would use a pair of scissors. Those good scissors. All right, Mom Brain. Let's do some music.
Oh, all right. Excuse me, I just had a little bit of dyspepsia.
Yes, Crocs can be eaten as a healthy snack, Murky.
Don't listen to him.
I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh.
This one comes. I'm a little confused about who this comes from. I'm pretty sure it's from MB's Army.
Love this song so much.
So,
It's Mario Paint, the fly swatting game. The first level.
That was from Mario Paint, and it came from MB's Army. This one comes from Blake.
This is a Mario and Luigi game. Let's say Superstar Saga?
Nope.
Partners in Time?
No.
Dream Team?
Yes. That was Mario and Luigi Dream Team
We only had one more to go.
on the 3DS from Blake. This one comes from Wolfric Chaser.
Oh, why do I know that? Is that it? All right, well, it's definitely Super Nintendo.
Yep.
That noise in the beginning is for the logo of the company, but
Is it like Monopoly or something?
No.
Is it a Capcom game?
Nope. I don't think so.
It's not Konami.
Is it a SimCity?
Because Konami was licensed. It's fine.
I don't think so.
Can you tell me the company?
I don't know. I think. Hold on.
God, what was that noise in the beginning? That's going to drive me nuts more than what this game is. It's got like a goofy mystical ninja feel, but I know that's not what it is.
It's a little tricky.
Is it?
It's first party.
First party.
First prize.
This is first party? Alright, well, it's not Metroid, it's not Mario.
Yo.
Is it Mario?
No.
Is it anything? It's not Kirby. It's not Pokemon because it's Super Nintendo.
Is it Pilot Wings?
Nope.
Stunt Race FX? Or... Alright, go ahead, I don't know.
It is Super Game Boy.
Oh, for like the menus?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I never would have gotten that.
That's tough. That's why I know that noise.
Good
Good one. Good one.
All right, that was Super Game Boy from Wolfric Chaser. The next little ditty comes to us from Andy the Zombie. Pants,
What
pants.
system is this?
Wait.
Oh. What the hell is this? It's that game about tires racing.
No. It is racing.
Excite bots.
No.
Excite truck.
Yeah.
Oh
Thank you.
yes.
That was Excite
Oh.
Truck from Andy the Zombie.
I liked the game, but I don't remember the music because the music was so bad I turned it off.
Okay.
Oh god, that's bad.
This comes to us from Jet Jaguar.
Oh, focus all text. That's an easy one.
That's Breath of the Wild.
Sure is.
What's the guy's name?
Cass.
Cass.
You ever going back to that game, Aubrey?
Someday.
Well, I'm gonna have to bring it back for you to do that.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
She's not going back.
Thank you for speaking for me. I appreciate that. I'm a woman and can't speak for
If you ever
myself.
want it back, just ask me.
Thanks, Kirby.
And he'll say no.
So that was from Jet Jaguar, and it was Breath of the Wild. This one is a good one, and it comes from Blood Ocean 07.
Hey, that's speaking of Ready Player One.
Battletoads. The greatest pause music ever. Oh man, it's so good.
It is. All right, so that was from Blood Ocean 07, and it was Battletoads on the NES. This one comes from Brother Kite.
What system is this?
SNES.
Doesn't sound familiar.
I can't imagine either of you played this,
You can't imagine either of us played this.
but yeah, I don't think so.
It's a Barbie game. Is it licensed?
No and no.
Is it Japan only?
I don't know. Super Turrican.
No.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
No.
Yeah, I give up.
We got nothing.
Lemmings 2.
Oh,
The
no, I've never played a Lemmings game.
Yeah, that music did not make me think of Lemmings.
No. So that was Lemmings 2 from Brother Kaif. This one comes from King Valgard.
Yeah. All right, so this is Super Nintendo. GBA?
Nope.
What is it? DS? Oh, yeah. Could be first party.
It is.
Yeah, it's got some good first party quality. So could be a Wario?
It is not a Wario.
Oh, could be. No, it's not a Kirby. It's got that Wario feel to it. Oh, yeah, I love it. All right, is it ninja related? No. All right, we'll do the first party dance. It's not Mario.
Nope.
It's not Zelda.
Nope.
It's not Metroid.
Nope.
It's not Kirby.
Nope.
Is it a Pokemon game?
Yes.
Yeah, god damn it. On the DS?
Yeah.
Pokemon Truzzy. Pokemon Black. White.
Yeah.
Yes?
Black and white.
What part
Black
is
and
this?
white. Driftvale City.
That's a jam.
It is a jam. This next song
That's something I can set my watch to.
comes from Mikey 3319. Ooh, hang on there now. Just give me a minute. Here it comes.
Here she comes.
It's coming.
I'd love to know. Heathcliff, Heathcliff, no one should tear. Oh.
So that's surfing or skateboarding?
Yeah, right. That's the feeling I get.
It doesn't look to be about either.
It definitely has to be about surfing. Come on. It's about skating or dying. Yeah.
A racing game?
It's about street
No.
fighting people.
It could be.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. River City Ransom.
No.
Super dodgeball?
No.
Makes me want to beat people up. Makes me want to make people barf. Like scrolling fighter. It's not Double Dragon.
No.
It's not a Turtles game.
Wasn't there another game that was like River City Ransom?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it too. I can see the cover art.
It was like high school championship or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Did I ask if it was licensed?
I don't think it's like.
Okay. I really hope it's not that game because I can see the cover of it.
What's the cover of it?
It's like a guy in a white T-shirt, and slicked hair. You're looking at the cover for the game right now?
I think so, yeah.
Fighting related.
Looks like it.
Go ahead.
Target Renegade.
Oh no,
I've never heard of that.
nope,
Good
not what I was thinking.
And that was from Mikey3319. The last song for the day comes to us from Glitter Bubble 3.
What does that face mean?
Like it. It's NES, yeah.
Yeah.
licensed?
I don't think so.
I have no guess at all.
Yeah, me neither.
Is that it?
Rygar.
The Last Starfighter.
No,
Wait, did you say it wasn't licensed?
I don't think it is.
Street Fighter 2040, whatever.
Solar Jetman.
Kid Kabuki.
Kid is in the title.
Kid.
Kid Nicky.
Oh, wait, Kid Clown.
No.
Kid Chameleon.
Kid Cool.
No.
Kid is in the title.
Kid Dynamite.
Is it something Kid?
Yes.
Alex Kid.
No.
Billy Kid.
Tommy Kid.
Something Kid. Magic Kid.
No.
Magician Kid.
Video game.
Dracula Kid.
No.
Mick Kid.
Dracula Kid. Mick Kid. Oh, something Kid. Come on. We've done so bad in this trivia section. We got to get this one. Something Kid. Is it just one word and then Kid?
No.
Oh, no. Daydreaming Davy Kid.
No.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Wall Street Kid.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
I didn't think of Wall Street.
I never played that.
And
Damn
then
it.
from Glitterball with Rate. And
You
I
bastard.
deleted some songs, so
Oh,
I
good
can't
job.
keep track for you.
How do you...
Whatever. I don't care no more.
You can't do that. Music trivia is like people's favorite section, and you're just like, oh,
Let's say you got 50%.
no, we can't do that.
Okay.
From
so,
now on, will you please keep track?
I mean, you can listen back and keep track.
What do you mean? This is the show now. We're doing it.
So you didn't get Target Renegade, you didn't get Wall Street Kid, and you didn't get Super Game Boy, right? But you did get, I don't know.
The hell did we get?
Yeah, I can't help it.
Well, all right. Next week, everybody that's listening, I'll make sure that I keep track of how many we got right. I can't believe that you just gave up. Like, why have you given up on this?
I made a little mistake and had to.
Okay.
And in order to get things ready
Fair
for
enough.
next week,
Fair enough then. All right. Well, then we'll fix that next week. And that's this week. We did it. We did it, everybody.
Yay.
Have a
Great job.
happy Easter or a happy Sunday or a happy whatever you're going to do tomorrow. And we will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Now, let us get to the important matters. No, no. Oh.
See? Oh, dude, are you friends
The
with the real
important matters.
robot?
Commercials.
No, hey, it's my service. No, that's not awesome at all.
Maybe you should switch to a more reliable network.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy J7 perks with unlimited gigs and enjoy 6 months of Hulu.
Oh boy. This video has such a long intro.
Heathcliff, no one should terrify their neighborhood. But Heathcliff just won't be undone, playing pranks on everyone.
It's such a good song. I know you don't like Heathcliff, but you like the song, right?
There's a race to be on time. The competition doesn't stop. Mixing with the ladies fair, being charming debonair. The king will reign supreme, and no one can deny. They'll make them history and always have
Oh, God, this song's good.
Finding each calamity, the cat's superiority. No one should terrify the neighborhood, but Heathcliff just won't be undone. You should realize he can win with you.
That ends great. Man, that's a good song. Oh,
But a
man.
terrible cartoon.
I don't think that's true. And I don't think you really watched Heathcliff if you're saying that.
I really didn't like it.
Did you watch it, though?
Yeah. It was on like right around Inspector Gadget, I think.
All right. Well, now I got to listen to that song because that, I think that might be a better song. Which would you say is the better song?
Inspector Gadget's pretty darn good.
Oh, commercials again. Wait. This is a terrible, like, sounding version. Man, I used to watch this come home from school every day. So good. Inspector Gadget was so dumb.
But Penny.
Penny and Brain too. Penny could have gotten it done on her own. She needed Brain.
What was Dr. Claw's cat's name?
I don't
Did
remember.
it have a name?
Grant.
His name is Mad Cat.
Oh, there we go. All right, everybody. There's your 2 theme songs. And next week we'll be back to cover Nintendo and talk about WrestleMania. WrestleMania!
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.